Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Grand rising, grand uprising today. May you have a grand uprising. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Govinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna. Oops. Sorry. Gauranga Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Gauranga Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Radha, 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 Radhe, Radhe. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe. Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Radhe, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga. Krishna Gauranga Nityananda. Krishna Gauranga Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nitai, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gora Chandra, 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 Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Woo! Okay, let's do some japa. Japa. Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama.
Rama 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 Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Ah
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hari Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari Hari Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Oh my Lord Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Radha Radha Radha
Krishna Krishna Hare
Radha
Hare
Radha
Rama Hare Rama
Radha
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Radha,
Hare Krishna,
Radha, Radha, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna. Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Oh, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram, Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Rama
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya
Jaya Jaya
Sri
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Jaya Nityananda.
Chaitanya, Jaya Sri Ajita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
This is so great, man. This gets better. It gets more like interesting. Best movie I've ever participated in. Yeah, you know, I was, we were watching the Johans thing yesterday. It was interesting because I realized, oh, music, okay. Music. Okay, I realized that, you know, this is the other opinion. This is where Vaishnavism is nowadays. It's in the opinion that doesn't get this result of ecstatic devotion. And so Johann and his group there, they made it to the level of Putana, imitation. That's the liberation stage of feeling of equal with God and with Guru. It shows by being equal with Guru. They're saying, hey man, I got another opinion. So what's the problem? I got, you have your opinion, I see it this way, and you see it that way. See, they don't have the attitude of the real Vaishnava on the level of ras, of tasting transcendental mellows. He can't taste. He's a little more dangerous because he stole a little bit of the energy here, and he can go hee 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 hee, whereas these people can't. The ISKCON, the Gaudiya Smriti, and the Gaudiya Math and the Radha, see, they haven't met the kind of devotion that's here. It just, that's why Prabhupada didn't express it. He didn't want to make too many of those, see? Because they're a little more dangerous, see? Because you can think, well, he's ecstatic. It's almost like with Prabhupada, well, it's like with Prabhupada, he had a sannyasi thing. This is external. This is a little bit internal. This is why it's more dangerous. Prabhupada had a sannyas thing on, he wore, right? Sannyas dhoti, and he had the big title, Bhaktivedanta, right? Given to him like this. But that's still external. And the devotees, his devotees, who are neophytes, because he didn't teach these things like this, we have actually advanced devotees here. Not everybody, some. So the devotees naturally thought, well, Prabhupada, because they're external, they're neophytes. He's not teaching at this level. He's teaching rules, regulations, build the temples, do Vaidhi Bhakti practices and stuff like that. And they said, Prabhupada, some said, Prabhupada, your God brothers are the same as you, and they're teaching, and they're asking us to distribute their books because they're also part of this, and we want to go to their classes and all that. And Prabhupada said, he was disgusted. He said, what the hell are you talking about, man? They got their thing over there, and he couldn't preach deeply, but that's why he issued mandates. Mandates? That's like Biden has all these mandates. You must do this. This is for fools. This is for mandates are for less intelligent people. Okay? Mandates are for Vaidhis. That's why Prabhupada spoke. When he taught, Vaidhi Bhakti means you must do this. You have to do this because you don't really want to. Why the hell would you want to do rules and regulate? You have to be mandated, and well, he's the authority. He's my authority. I must do that. So a lot of people, they thought, that's why he issued a mandate to all the temples: do not serve my God brothers, do not distribute their books, do not go to their classes, because they are not elevated Vaishnavas. You notice the same kind of teaching here. Do not go to, I mandate for the neophytes, do not go to Johan's place or those guys. Do not go to Mina's classes. They left here. They left here. They're not, and I wouldn't want them anyway in that mentality, because I'm going to clear the space again, because we have to, because people need to know. I mean, that's the best thing I can do, is just to tell people as it is. So it's the same kind of thing, but it's a little more another level, because he came and I'm expressing and teaching ecstatic devotion. He steals a little of the energy, right? And now he's using it and being equal. See, the same idea on that level of Vaidhi. They say, well, the God brothers are thinking, well, we're equal with Prabhupada, and actually they were thinking better too. It always goes to better, like Christina thinks better than, she's going to purify Gaur Hari Das, right? See, it's always better, ultimately, and that's what happens. And after a while, Johan starts to think, well, God, he doesn't see like he's really, Gaur Hari's a real sectarian. He doesn't see. He's got his opinion, and I got mine. And what's he actually saying? We're on the same level. The guy thinks he's on the same level. That he thinks, oh, but I'm not good. It's complete hypocrisy with a little extra ecstasy. Now, what I see now, okay, fine. He's got his little group there, And there's some people here, that, well, not maybe some, maybe one. So whoever you are out there that doesn't agree with this opinion, because I'm here, the kind of ecstasy you see here and is transmitted here in its purity and its beauty and the amazing things come from what I'm sharing with you here. The opinion, it's not mine per se. Yeah, it is mine. I'll possess that. I want that as my possession, this opinion. And if you don't like it, anybody out there, get the fuck out of here, or GTFOH, put it more nicely. And then you got a space. You go to Johann, but you'll always be at that level. It's kind of the Putana, the Hasadja. You always have that hypocrisy. And it's just like those other people, they can't get above their plane of existence because they don't agree. ISKCON doesn't agree with this opinion here. Therefore, they stay where they are, right? Vaidhi Bhaktas with Vaidhi Bhakti hypocrite gurus. Okay? Gaudiya Samiti, same thing. They go, the best they can do is to get a big stick and become a impotent guru that can't transmit this ecstatic devotion. So they have a different opinion. They stay there. Yeah? So the people here, if you're here, take these opinions to your heart if you want to be here. Because I'm just transmitting what the Lord reveals to me because of this way of worship. If you have a different one, we'll go to Johann. He'll promote that. Oh yeah, you can have your opinion. It's all the same. It's all one. We're all gurus. That's his message. He's guru, Gauri's a guru. I'm guru. You're guru. What's your opinion? Get together and give all of your opinions. Because we're all the same. We're all one. It's a Mayavadi level. And the Sputa, it's imitating God, imitating Guru. See? That is not real Vaishnavas. That's not a real devotee. He's caught in an obstacle. So if any of you guys disagree with these opinions, or you're not bold enough to put them out, and let's discuss them. If you have you're wondering about something, let's discuss it. And but if you really think, some of these 6 years, Madhusudan was like that, and same thing with the Johann. 6 years, they're all begrudged inside. And I got one also, Radhe. I think Radhe. I saw what you wrote. I don't want you to come when you drinking here anymore. And I don't want, if you have these opinions there that you think I should be different there with Johann and all that, and I should teach differently, then you should go over there. You go over there and stay over there. Because I don't, if you don't appreciate what's going on here, get the fuck out of here. Okay? Please. Don't let the door hit you in the fucking ass. Stay over there. Okay? If you either stay here or go there. That simple. I've had enough of this stuff. I don't want you, if I see you drunk here, I'll just force the issue. You're drunk, you become belligerent, and then the hypocrisy comes out. And you start wanting to instruct me how to teach. That's Johann. Go over there. Hang out with him. And anybody else in that kind of mentality. What are you doing here? How do you think Lord Chaitanya locked the door for these ecstatic, intimate sessions? And if you did, you don't appreciate what you're hearing here? Nobody's spoken like this. This is for intimate associates and those who believe in this path. If you don't believe it, get, GTFOOH. Really, so even if we're left with 5 or 10 people, great. At least we can worship without this fucking hypocrisy. Does anybody like hypocrisy here? Do you like people coming here to steal energy and then give us problems? Always why do you have to preach like this? Well, forget the GTFOH. You don't appreciate this. This is my life. This is my soul. This is intimate. This Prabhupada would never tell you this. Bhakti Sangha never tell you. Bhakti Vinod even more secret. And I'm openly telling people this. And if you don't appreciate it out there, anybody in that mood, go. And I'll help you because I'm looking now. Lord Chaitanya locked the door for a reason because, man, he's expressing his heart. What do you think's happening here? This is a revival of that. Lalita's expressing her heart, sharing very intimate things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you don't, there's nowhere where you'll see this ecstatic chanting on this earth except here. Yeah, if you want to be if you like that hypocrisy, you can't come all the way in here, then go over there. Go where you'll be dry or at that level, or you'll imitate. You'll be like the Ramachandra Puri obstacle or Vallabhabhata. He started his own disciplic line. He imitated Mahaprabhu. See, that's where it is, all imitation. So they can't get above that. That's just where they're at. You know, whenever that's done, it's done. But we got our mission here. This is for people who want to learn. You know, this is Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti is you see this kind of bhakti, you think, wow, I would also like to worship like this. What do I have to do that? Well, you just come here and hear. Listen, take these things to heart. Question also. I mean, you know, this is not a brainwash trip. Not really. Some ways it is. I mean, you want to wash your brain of all that garbage that you've taken on, all that hypocrisy you got from these gurus, these leaders. You have to, you know, wash that off and take this opinion. Otherwise, you're of the opinion of the false followers. The real followers prove that this is proving. Can't you see? This is the real followers are here because it's in line with the preaching is in the line of the vision of the revealed scriptures. And then say they were the chapter 12 of Adi Lila. There was at first the false followers, and then there were the real followers. And the real followers were fed what? This ecstatic devotion like this, in its purity, in its clarity, in the vision of the revealed scriptures. That's what you're hearing here. That vision is very pleasing to Krishna and to Radha. She likes to hear it. She wakes up and starts to laugh and cry and all of that in your heart. If you can't appreciate that, GTFOO. And don't let the fart keep you back. You farts. You want to be a big fart? Go over to Johan. Yeah, nothing. No, okay, that's good. That's all right now. I'm not going to even get down on him anymore. You guys know the attitude here. That's his, you know, he's happy there. He likes to speculate. He likes to imitate. He's got his, you know, Krishna's given him his desire because the Lord always is. He wants to be equal, big. See, it's always they want to be the big fucking teacher, don't they? You know? You know, the big teacher is a Lalita or a Govinda. That's teaching. Not that. That's the illusion of teaching. That's a material desire. You're a want to be teacher. Lalita's just a teacher, just because she teaches from her heart, purified heart, the real path. And that's all if you want to really learn, you want to be ecstatic like her, well, you follow the path she teaches. Otherwise, you won't get that. You can't do that. You know, if you praise ecstatic devotees, that's that Krishna saying, wow, you're praising my ecstatic devotees? Oh, you appreciate my ecstatic devotees? Oh, you follow in the footsteps of my ecstatic devotees? Oh, well, here you go. I give you the result that they got. This is just common sense. Didn't you know that's common sense? You know, in the world it works like that. If you associate with a millionaire, you become a millionaire because they'll share with you how they became a millionaire. They teach this, all these books about it. You know, they teach you in self-help things. Oh, these are principles. They actually work. You associate, you get a millionaire mentality by associating with a millionaire. Oh, we got something better than you want to be a millionaire million times over? Associate with a Lalita and listen to her and Govinda. And you get the golden goose where all those millions come from. All that gold comes from. That's when wherever it's needed, it comes. Look at Nimai. Wouldn't you think these pastimes are just for that? You know, his mother was a devotee, right? And the Lord was just to preach. He had to break everything because everything was always there, right? So he had to break everything and show the world, his mother and the world, oh, I'm going to break all these, puts holes in the rooms and everything. And you watch what happens. Because you're a devotee, my mother, because you're my mother and you mother me, I'm very happy with you. And therefore, every day he returned with a tola of gold. You want a life like that? That's getting the golden goose, man. And all these people are after material wealth, this resource and that resource. And they become demoniac because they get polluted by having material resources. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said only the Uttamadhikari can handle money. You know, I've seen this here. Everybody gets fucking cheated. So many times cheated here. Why? Because you're not really Uttamadhikaris. That's why I've been a little careful. Watch out for this person. This person comes here, they want to steal your money. Happens over and over again. But as you advance, then you know, the Lord keeps coming with the tola of whatever, you know. Wait, you think that was only for mother? What's he teaching? This is all teachings, man. This is not just fucking stories that you read to fall asleep at night. Or to be asleep when you read them or hear them. He's saying, Mother, because of your devotion for me and you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. Isn't that really the way it works? Oh, my dear Shama Sundari, Adramana, who else we got here? Lalita, Dean Smith, Bhakta Tom, Fernando, Fanny, Bikar, Freddie, and whoever, John, you know, Lalita Madhava, and Janaki, and everybody. Because you take care of Krishna, he's take care of you. He needs to be fed, he'll feed you. Right? Isn't that the way it works? But what kind of food does he have? Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Faith in a real guru who feeds Krishna. You can see, man, do you see Gauri feeding Krishna? Do you see Lalita and Govinda feeding Krishna? And Krishna very happy with them, giving them the priceless jewel of devotion, pure, ecstatic, blissful. That's because they feed Krishna. They're connected with Krishna through the disciplic line. You give that up, the best you're going to do is putana. You'll fake the devotee. You'll be an imitator. So if you want to do that, man, go there. You got Johan over there now. I don't think I'll be coming down on it. I just use it for example and to help get clear what the heck's going on here. Uh-oh. We lost Lalita. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That was a good revelation today. I like that with how that see Nimai, he would poke holes in the room, break all the pots, and then Mother Sachi said, "Oh my God, how are we going to survive now? We're very poor, you know." And Lord Chaitanya said, "Don't worry, Krishna will take care of us. He come back with this gold, you know." And then Mother Sachi would go to all these vendors and say, she didn't know, did he steal the gold? So she makes sure that she's an honest woman, right? She makes sure that it wasn't stolen from somewhere. And everybody said, no, this is not stolen. This is, I don't know where he got it. Yeah. Okay. So Lalita, what happened to her? Oh, maybe she'll be back. So I think we'll read a little Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yeah. Okay, this is Bhagavad Gita, basic Bhagavad Gita. We got a new guy that's coming and watching a little bit. So the supreme science, this is transcendental knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4. Then, text number 3. That supreme ancient science of the relationship of the supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and therefore can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Oh, feeling sick. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem there, Lolita. Don't worry about it. Do what you got to do. Yeah. So this is a qualification. Because you're my devotee and my friend, my disciple and my friend. My friend, and therefore can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. And that's really the secret. If there's a real spiritual master here, a real acharya, and you're a real disciple, real from your heart, and their friend, it naturally comes. When you're a real disciple, they become friendly with you. You become friendly with them, just naturally. It becomes natural. But in your heart, you feel yourself, I'm connected. This is my guru, he's my Lord, birth after birth. If you find somebody like that, and that is obviously here in this situation, which is very rare, by the way. You actually have a living, not just reading about a Jesus or a Lord Chaitanya and how it was and speculating on what it is. No, you have a living example of an acharya, a spiritual master, and you become their disciple and their friend, then you can understand the transcendental mystery. See? That's why Lalita and Govinda understand these things, and some of you out there too. Because you feel yourself, this is my teacher forever. And this is not a blind belief. You got to stay around a while. You have to have awakening. You got to go on hearing, just like Jesus told those who were developing faith. He said, go on hearing, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. When Krishna is born in you, he gives you the understanding that he's got a father who becomes your friend. Now you can understand these transcendental mysteries. And anybody else who also comes and submissively hears and considers himself like a disciple and a friend. Not friend and then forget the disciple thing. See, this is Johann. So thanks for the preaching example. Johann and others like him, he thinks, well, we're on the same level. So we should be friends, but now we're not very friendly because we have different opinions. See, not a disciple. See, if you listen to his glorification, all glories to Prabhupada, always comes back to that after a while. It was only bullshit. He was saying all glories to Gaur Hari Das, but now it's all glories to Prabhupada. You see, cut the Vaimedium out. Now the transcendental science is not revealed to him, never was actually, because he always had a different opinion. You got to get purified by the opinion of the devotee Bhagavat, because they're preaching finally the real Bhagavat, the real book Bhagavat to you. See, you're getting the real book Bhagavat, because these guys all give you the fake Bhagavat. They're all speculators. They're not realized. They're not by medium. They're not the book. The super soul is not acting externally as them. See? They can't prove it. They don't. Where's their ecstatic devotion that hollows them out and purifies them? Usually they're at best a good Brahmin who follows rules and regulations, but still they speculate on the transcendental knowledge, which is transcendental to all the modes of nature. And if you're not transcendental, how can you teach transcendental knowledge? You're not an experienced person. Ooh, got the God effect. You have to be transcendentally situated to teach transcendental knowledge or to understand transcendental knowledge. See? Bhagavad Gita 10:10. So in some lifetime, if you meet somebody like that, which is not in every lifetime, the Vedas say not every lifetime you get such a guru. That's a very rare event. What's going on here is very rare. You can understand the transcendental science here. You can't understand it in Johan's camp, and you can't understand it with these Vaidhi Bhaktas in all of these sanghas here. That's all they are. They're wannabe. Some are wannabe Raganugas without the raga. They have no transcend. They can't prove that they got even a drop of ecstatic devotion. None of them. Well, maybe some have a tear once in a while. Okay, so let's see what else. Chapter 4. Okay. Arjuna said, the sun god Viveshwan is senior by birth to you. How can I understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? See, this is called honesty. You don't have to be a yes person only. I mean, if you have some sincere doubts, but you say, well, I'm kind of thinking like this. Can you clear up my doubt? I doubt this. That's the relationship. Maharaj Parikshit did that. See, Arjuna did that. Not be, the people, they have doubts, they keep them in their heart. They believe in their doubts. That's that other side. Instead of like, hey, man, remove my doubts. Show me that you're a real guru, man. Put your doubts out. That's the idea. Questioning. Naturally, you should have doubts until they're cleared. Okay? Put them out. You have a different opinion. What is that opinion? You should, but if you're a little bit like, okay, yeah, I have this, I think like this, but I put my doubt out. Here, please dispel it, clear it up, because you should want that doubt cleared up, because if it's not cleared up, you can't be ecstatic. You can't be full faith. The doubt there will always be lingering, like, oh, I don't know, man. Is he saying the right thing? And you got that in your mind. And so that's there. So you never one-pointed. A real spiritual master should clear up your doubts. See? Like Bhagavad Gita says, for the doubting soul, there is no happiness in this life or the next. See, for the doubting soul is usually Vaidhi Bhakti. There, you don't get a lot of happiness out of just following rules and regulations. There's something there, but, especially if you can't follow the rules, or you don't want to follow the rules, but you don't want to go to hell, and so you're in conflict here in this world. See, there's no real happiness here. You can't enjoy the world, right? You can't eat what people eat to make them happy. So you're not happy even on the material level. And then you can't be happy on the spiritual level because you speculate and you got hypocrites as your gurus. See? No happiness in this world or the next for the doubting soul. Oh, but looks into the other side, man. For those who have their doubts cleared up, and because they have a bona fide spiritual master and they want them cleared up and they want to become one-pointed, they want to become like a Lalita and a Govinda and blissed out. There's happiness not only in the next world, but in this world you can taste and relish this wonderful spiritual happiness. Have you noticed? Have you noticed what real happiness is that nobody even knows? Can you imagine the Acharya Devs can't even tell, and the Govind, what is this? All these other groups, they can't tell even because nobody's really instructed them what real happiness is. But you're seeing ecstatic devotion and conclusive understanding in the vision of the real revealed scriptures is the real happiness. It gives the demigods happiness and it helps them advance to the supreme destination. Here you find out what real happiness. So there's happiness in this world and the next because you get the happiness of that world here now. Isn't that amazing? That's winning the lottery. Look at the materialistic people. They think they're happy because they only have that, but they have all this money, like the Klaus Schwabs and the rich people, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk. They think they're happy, right? Because they have all that money and they can enjoy, they can fly their material bodies here and there. And they say, wow, we're really happy. See, so they're enjoying, but you Vaishnavas on the Vaidhi level, unless you advance, you don't get real happiness in this life because Prabhupada said, don't eat this, or Narayan Maharaj, don't, or Radhakund Baba, don't eat this, austere, give up the world, you can't taste spiritual happiness because none of them gave it to you, right? And Narayan Maharaj said, you got to give it up all first deserve, then desire, give up all that material happiness. And then, we'll give you some taste, ruchi, a little ruchi of the spirit world. That's your friggin' gurus, man. That's who you believed in. Are you ready to believe in the next stage? Are you ready to be an Arjuna where you tell, Krishna, wow, your words are so beautiful, so clear, so logical, so beautiful. My ears are like tongues. I taste the glories of the absolute truth. It gives me so much joy. You ready for that? You ready to chant the name of Krishna and you're ready bursting with bliss and ecstasy? You can see here, show me Narayan Raj group or Radha Nath or Jai Bhataka that you have this happiness, because this is the Krishna consciousness movement on steroids. This is the real deal. You ready for the real deal? Or you want a Shamarani experience? Oh, Shamarani, you're so great. You're so great. Oh, I must be great. Again, she's a nice lady. But still, do you want to go all the way? She doesn't look like she's got any happiness in this life when you're looking. Well, maybe get a little worship, or maybe there's a little something there. But sure don't look like it. Looks like the poor. When I look at people, I feel like I'm looking at the super soul. I could tell if they're happy, because of the material world or the spiritual world. And it's not there. And it's not in any of those persons I've seen. The happiness of the soul is extraordinary. What do you guys have to say? You guys are just sitting there? GTFOH. Yeah, hold the fart on the way out. And you can fart all you want over there in your sanghas out there. Okay, what do we got? So the personality of Godhead said, many, many births you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. See, so Arjuna starts out and says, well, God, Vivishwan was senior by birth to you. You're, how did that? See, that's a materialistic way of looking at it. Like when I was in ISKCON, they said, this is an advanced devotee. He took initiation like 3 months before you or a year before you. That's called materialistic mentality. The only way you can get out of that is you have to associate with those that come in a spiritual mentality. See, are you ready for that? Most Vaishnavas are still not ready for that. They're still looking at, they're still, well, he's a Prabhupada disciple. He was initiated by Prabhupada, and I'm a grand disciple. Therefore, that person is more advanced. You see, they don't even know Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks from the spiritual perspective, and so does Gohari, because we're here to teach the real Bhagavad Gita. They can't. They say, you believe it. These guys reeking with pride because they're Prabhupada disciples, and from that opulence of self-importance, they can't handle it because they get polluted because they're not purified devotees. They're not ecstatic devotees. You cannot handle the poison of reputation. Yes, you will be poisoned by reputation unless you can chant the holy name with transcendental ecstasy. You will be poisoned by name and fame. If you get a name because you're initiated by Prabhupada way back when, you will be polluted with pride. If you're initiated and you get sannyas from Narayan Raj or from ISKCON, you will be polluted by pride. Guaranteed, because that opulences will pollute you, because ecstatic devotion has not arisen. And I don't go for the bullshit of these sannyasis going like this and Radhanath going like this. And, without ecstatic devotion, real, sincere, pure ecstatic, you are polluted by the position. You automatically become a hypocrite. Automatically. You are not who you are. You are a sahaja. Plain and simple, a sahaja. Sahaja is many varieties. Sahaja is a Yohan. He considers himself as good as Guru. See? Sahaja, he's not. If you listen, when I listen to this class, boring and inconclusive. He can't even get intelligent words together. He can't put sentences together. He doesn't want to put them together because they're so full of crap. And the other version of Sahaja are those Radhanas and Jaipatakas and Narayan Raj group, all putting themselves on the seat of the real Acharya, and none of them can prove that they have the pure ecstatic devotion that the Acharya has. And if they do have, even if they didn't show, they can't show by their realizations that their understanding is pristine. Their understanding of Krishna consciousness is the essence, is the best. They have the best ecstasy, a real devotee, and a real acharya in this world, and the best conclusion. And they can't prove any of that. But that's all proven here, is it? Or isn't it? Verses are great, huh? This is Bhagavad Gita. See, you're lucky if you just come here and you listen and like, wow, this is really good. And some people come here and they've been trained by these gurus who are not real Bhagavad Gita 10:10. They don't worship the Lord with real loving prema, bhakti, ecstasy. Therefore, they don't have the right understanding. They don't have real transcendental knowledge. See, they don't follow the real path. They want to imitate the devotees. That's called sahaja, and they call me a sahaja. Are you kidding? Who gives explanations like this? Yeah, based on the kind of bhakti you see here. Only if you're empowered with the Lord's real grace, the real grace of the real transcendental line, can you see and hear what you see and hear here, and experience what you see and hear here, and start to get purified so you get the same kinds of experiences. Pure, transcendental. The Lord is so pleased when you find the real path. You know, it's like a needle in a haystack. You ever try to find a needle in a haystack? That's finding the real guru. That's finding the real spiritual master. That's used by the transcendental Lord. They're that rare. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Or like Prabhupada said, how hard it is to find somebody who knows Krishna. That's the Acharya, man. It's like going up into outer space and finding a log floating out there in infinity. See? That's a person who knows Krishna. See? That's why Prabhupada preached correctly. And this is a correct in-line explanation in the real line. And Narayan Raj said, go and find the pure devotee. They're all over the place. Even the ones that Prabhupada said were neophytes and third and fourth class persons. He said they were exalted devotees, just like Prabhupada. There you go. You like that kind of preaching? It's a Johan preaching, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're all gurus. There's so many devotees out there. Everybody's explanation is good as everybody else because everybody's a devotee. He's speaking just like that, just like they all do. And they're all, Johan has more some kind of thing that he stole here, which is not the real thing because it doesn't give him the real, it's a Mayavadi kind of thing. But they don't have any ecstasy in these groups, practically, I've seen. Okay, what else we got here? The personality of Godhead said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. See, so that's why we need Lord Krishna, God on our team. We need that God on our team. But without the spirit of devotion, God is not on your team yet. It's the Lord who knows past, present, and future, and he informs us. He informs his real devotees. What is real transcendental knowledge, man? He gives them the power to deliver others ecstatic devotion, pure and pure understanding. See, so we need Radha and Krishna on our side. The love of Krishna is having Radha and Krishna on our side. And we become their servants, like a maidservant. That's the meaning of Vrindavan, when there's the girlfriends or the manjaris serving Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Are you like that? Do you want to be like that, or you want to imitate them? See? Do you want to imitate them, or do you want to be like a maidservant, a servant of Radha and Krishna, and have all the perks because of that? You have their association. You'll never be lonely again. So the process is you go through the group leader. The Lord appoints a group leader so that you can learn how to serve Radha and Krishna. But if you say to the group leader, like some of these people do, they're all like practically all the ones on the outside, they say, no, we're not going to follow the group leader. We don't want to learn from you. We already know. We're going to go directly, like Johan wants to go directly to Radha and Krishna. Oh, I don't need Gaurahari anymore. I got what I want now. This is the real thing. No, that's the fake bhakti, fake sita. And it comes from your understanding. It's very small, very speculative. That's the fake. It imitates the real thing. You see? Here you're getting conclusive understanding in the vision of revealed scriptures. There you get all speculation on the scriptures. And he thinks, oh, this is the real opinion. That's the same opinion. It's just another angle of vision. That's what he's preaching. And if you believe that, then you believe that. No, it's the devotees who worship the Lord with pure love of Krishna. This grace of Lord Chaitanya They have the real opinion. And those are the false opinions like that. So he's got a little ecstasy that he stole here. He thought he stole it, but it's not the real thing. It's not purified. And then you got ISKCON and Gaudiya Smriti and the Gaudiya Math out there who can't get onto the transcendental ecstatic plane. Why? Because they don't come here. They believe in their gurus who don't have ecstatic love. Nobody's teaching the real standard of devotional service. The real standard is what you see here. You have to see an example of the real standard. Not this standard, what you're wearing, a psychedelic t-shirt. The guy's not bona fide because that's mundane consciousness. You got to associate with an intelligent, ecstatic, purified devotee and be purified by their intelligence, by their ecstatic, and that gives you a jump start onto the transcendental plane. Otherwise, you cannot get there on your own, and these gurus can't get you there because they're not there, regardless of what they wear. So, yeah, I think I love this verse. See Arjuna's relationship with Krishna. Krishna showed why it's important to have him as your friend and your benedictor, your counselor, your everything. He becomes everything to the devotee. You just got to go through the real process. Otherwise, you're waylaid by the Putana obstacle, and you're stuck there. And all the obstacles of getting to the real Vrindavan, the Kalya poisons you, and you speak poison to other people, speak hypocrisy. All that you have to overcome by following the real process. That the real way is the real guru, the real spiritual master, the acharya, man, who they speak to you the real truth, the essence of truth in the vision of the revealed scriptures. They're a truly ecstatic devotee with pure ecstatic relationship with Krishna. They have the helper. And then that's the only way you can get the helper, from those who have the helper. That's how it works. It's always worked like that. It worked that way with Jesus and his 11 apostles. They got the helper because they went through Jesus. Lord Chaitanya, followers got bhakti and prema because they followed him. Or Nityananda's followers followed him and became his disciples and friends. They got what Nityananda had. It's always that way. If you don't come here you see ecstatic devotion. Here you see teachings based on ecstatic devotion, and they're very clear, very logical, very powerful. And if you don't come here, you will not get this platform, because there's not anyone in Vaishnavism I've seen teach on this platform with this potency to actually do the job and deliver people, not bullshit them, not lie to them, not cheat them, but actually deliver them out of illusion. Prove me wrong and nobody will. I challenge you all out there, you leaders. You come and prove that you got something better than this, some better ecstatic happiness that is of the spiritual world, and knowledge better than this, and information and spiritual power to awaken this in others and excite that radha, that devotion inside others who really want it. And they're not thieves like that guy over there. Right, Tom? Grrr. Woo! You want to preach like this? You come to follow the real path, man. Get purified, man. And then Krishna will make you, even you shall do better things than this Gohari does. Like Lalita, look at her, man. She calls immediately Radha and Krishna come. I have to beg them. God, come on, where are you, man? Kid, when are you gonna come? When you come on, for God's sakes, where are you? And Lalita just goes, Hari, she was That's why I'm advancing, because I got to associate close. I steal the dust from her feet. All right, what else we got here? This is great, this Bhagavad Gita. I didn't know there's so much real. I thought this was basic stuff. It is basic, but boy, it's great. Again, the personality of God said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of enemy. Yeah, this is kind of interesting because, like Johann, he's saying, yesterday I was listening, he said, there's just so many angles of vision to the pastimes. And I just have this angle, Gohari has that, and then you got your angle, and everybody's got their angle. See, that's the illusion. See, the illusion is that means everybody is equal. See, that is not Vaishnavism. That's not the Bhagavan level of realization. That's a Brahman contamination, actually. Everybody's opinion is equal is not the real piece. So if you're watching this saying, you're just wrong, man. You just absolutely not understand. It's not about that. You attain this level of qualitative equalness with everything, but that's chunk change. That makes you offensive to the next platform. You can't see. Like, I speak so many times the same verses from different angles, but they're always conclusive. And I don't preach that everybody has an angle. I don't want to listen to your angle or take it to heart. I just use it for preaching. It's like reading the newspaper and seeing all the temporary bullshit. All that speculation is temporary, will not awaken pure bhakti in anybody. See? So, it's not the same. Yeah. Well, that's a duality teaching is, the way you become free here, if you want to be free of materialistic dualities of good and bad and positive and negative, well, you got to taste the reality of spiritual duality, that you are a servant of Radha and Krishna, or Lord Chaitanya, which is the beginning. You're a servant of Lord Chaitanya. That's how you overcome material dualities, because you'll enter into the realm of spiritual duality, which Mahamaya gives you material duality. Mahamaya, this is the material illusion of material dualities. See? Material dualities is, this is a negative person. Oh, this is a positive person. He has positive qualities. This has negative qualities. Oh, this is a demon and this is a demigod. This is good and this is bad. See, you come here, what do we teach? This is transcendental. All of that is material dualities. This is transcendental, spiritual duality. You are a devotee. When your soul awakens, you'll realize that you are here. Krishna's in your heart, and we're here to feed that Lord, to make him strong and grow up. See, that's called yoga maya, because on one level, it's all God. See, God is material dualities. God is material dualities of good and bad, but that's his energies of illusion, and people get caught up in it. That's why the Lord in Bhagavad Gita says, my divine energy. See, my divine energy is very difficult to overcome. He didn't say, well, my divine energy, let's go to it, man. No, he's saying, yeah, this is divine also because it's mine. But You don't want to be caught up in this Maha Maya, because you're going to have a Maha illusion, a big fucking illusion, man. You might be caught in that for millions of lifetimes. It's so strong. Well, you need a strong leader to get you out, to lead you out of this bewilderment. Look, I point out even the illusion Johann and his followers are in. If you listen here, you can be free of that. If you listen there, you get caught up in that. Yeah, I explained the illusion that Radhanath, these gurus are in. Hey, you're in an illusion if you think you're a hypocrite, if you take the position as spiritual master and you have people worship you. Instant corruption, instant servant of the devil. Or Maya or Shiva in the charge of the mode of ignorance. You're ignorant, man. You're not an example of the truth, man. You're not an example of Bhagavad Gita 10:10, because the real guru is Bhagavad Gita 10:10. You see how many angles I teach from the same thing, but it's also angles, but they're always important and they're always clear and clarifying the issues. In so many ways, you listen to this over and over again, you'll see so many depths to it. Guaranteed, you only the Acharya is qualified to embrace the head of the snake of name, fame, fortune in this world. That's why you see the Lord gave Prabhupada Acharya title. He gave him money, buildings, followers. If you're not like Prabhupada, you are automatically a fucking hypocrite, a liar, a cheater, and you're polluted. Damn, I don't care how nice. You're a wolf in fucking sheep's clothing. That's what you are. How dare you grab that? But that's demoniac. The demons always want to grab the head. They always want to be gurus. They always want to be teachers. See, they always want to do it. See, they're wannabes. See, and so anyway, the Lord lets them live out their desire, man. Yeah. What about you, Gohari? What do you do? Well, hey, man, I didn't even ask for this position. It never entered my mind to ask for this position. All I did, I just kept feeding Krishna. I was for years, from 1992, when I got back on the band. See, I was also, but say from 1992, when I finally got back, I realized I'm a servant of Prabhupada. Okay? And I was just feeding Krishna because I was ecstatic devotee. When I realized that and I had my connection back with Prabhupada and the real Parampara, oh, it was smooth sailing, man. From 1992 to 1996, I was drinking, feeding Krishna. It's just like going to Vrindavan. I even went to India. I traveled all around in my motorhome, man. I was listening to the pastimes of the Lord constantly. I was just floating in this bubble of ecstasy and rapture, man. And I was just feeding Krishna. And I went to India and Vrindavan and Puri and Mayapur, feeding Krishna. Never thought, oh, I'm a wannabe guru, man. I want to, after I just with Prabhupada, and he passes away, I'm going to just jump on that Vyasa-san. That's what those fuckers did. Never thought of that. I just kept following the real process, right? Like Mother Yashoda and Mother Sachi. Feeding Krishna. And he only drinks and eats ecstatic devotion. He only drinks, he only eats conclusive truth and drinks ecstatic devotion. I just kept feeding him that. And all of a sudden, one person comes and loses her guru because she became an ecstatic devotee to an extent. It became like a Johann a little bit. Then what thought she'd steal this and then lost everything. Yeah, and then Prabhupada comes, yeah, okay, now it has my full approval. You preach now. You preach how to drink the ecstatic love of Krishna and by preaching conclusive truth. See, and emanating ecstatic bhakti now publicly, not privately. Prabhupada told me to do this. Krishna ordained this. Showed my, and spoke to my second disciple. Said, because of your guru, you get my darshan. This is divinely ordained. See? I didn't ask for it. It just happened spontaneously, like everything in my life. Just by feeding Krishna. I just teach you how to Krishna, awaken that Krishna, how to feed that Krishna. And this is the only food for Krishna, is the association of real mothers and fathers of Krishna. And this is the only place I've seen it really strong. Everywhere else is weak. That's why you got weak devotees like Shamarani, got no life and no energy. And they call them gurus. You got hypocrites everywhere. The only way you can overcome hypocrisy in this world and the material dualities is by getting this grace in this Sangha, like we have, many of us. Lalita's got this grace. Govinda, this guy's got this grace. Others are getting this grace. See? This is what you need to promote. I mean, if you're smart, if you got this grace, you'll promote this grace. You see, this is par excellence. This is the summum bonum. This is the summum bonum pastimes here in this Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place. It's the book personified in our Sangha. What you hear here, what you see here, is you read about in the books. And that's the way, what you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. So people are binding devotion here, feeding Krishna. Their bhakti's getting stronger and stronger. They're getting more and more clear. See? So that they can save the world. Like Madhavinda Puri. It's always that way. Because of your ecstatic love, Madhavinda Puri, Krishna came in a dream, like Prabhupada came in my lucid dream. Because of your ecstatic love, this is where real guru and the real associate is. This is where you're going to get the great treasure of real bhakti, pure bhakti. Madhavinda Puri, because of your pure ecstatic love for me, for Krishna, I'm going to appear in the world and save it. And he did in so many ways. Only such a devotee can engage you in the pure, transcendental, loving service of Krishna without material motive. That's why you got to get purified of these material motives first, right? Got to be purified of the material motives. How do you do that? You sit in the hot seat. You sit in the frying pan and let all those things fry, all those anarthas. See? And then it's just like you make a chutney, man. You put a little oil, see, in the frying pan, a little oil, and you put all these spices in there. These spices in there, and then the flavor comes out. That's why you come here, it's like that, Sadhu Sangha. Yeah. So those who develop faith in this path, this narrow gate, this needle in the haystack, you are very fortunate. That's why Maya tests you. Maya tries to pull you into this direction and that direction. Because if you stick with this needle here, okay, you stay in the spiritual dimension even here. See, then you'll have spiritual experiences, you'll relish bhakti, Krishna, you'll feed Krishna and you'll be happy more and more. You get realizations like it says, the Lord only hears. This is a realization I've been getting lately. The Lord only hears the spiritual names. He only hears the names of him and his devotees. That these mantras are for him, for his hearing. See, it gives him happiness. And so we start chanting, but we're not purified. What do? You're chanting and chanting, but your mind is going here. You're not really attracted to that, so you're not really hearing. You're inattentive because you're going like this, Hare Krishna, or washing dishes or doing this or that. You're not really hearing. See, therefore you don't get the result, or you're not hearing because you got a lot of stuff in there. Maybe some doubts. I don't know, Gohari, is he doing this? Is he real? Or whatever it is. Or I'm thinking about my dog and my cats and this Hare Krishna, and my cats and my dogs and I don't know, whatever's in there. See, and you're not purified to the point where you're pure. When you're really purified, you love to hear these truths. You love to hear transcendental knowledge without speculations. You love to chant the holy name. It's very interesting because now not only is God hearing, but you're hearing now. You're in your position because whatever God loves, you love. And he loves hearing that name. He's showing me that more and more. He loves hearing that name, and I'm loving it too. I'm starting to love what the Lord loves, and that's a great position to be in. That liberates you. That takes you to Vrindavan, because that's the way they are. They love making Krishna happy. Their happiness is basically making Krishna happy, and that starts with chanting the holy name and getting purified in this sadhu sangha. Dedicating your life in here, when you start to get that this is the place, man. This is like being around when Jesus was here. It must be like that. This is even better than when Prabhupada was here. Yes, it was better. It is better because more is being given. That's all. Not that I'm better than Prabhupada. Just like Jesus never said I'm better than Moses, but the Lord's blessing came through Jesus of ecstatic devotion to an extent. Holy Spirit. The blessing of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya of ecstatic devotion on the order of Prabhupada. I'm not saying I'm better than, that's a Johan thing. He's better than Guru or equal to Guru. No, what's being given here, you got to get this in your fucking brain. What's being given here was not being given by Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, or Bhakti Vinod, but it's being given now because we're given the order to give it. So it's best place to be, because that doesn't finish it. That's neophyte shit. Neophyte teachings. This makes you an Uttamadhikari, for God's sakes. It's the best place to be in this world. Very rare place. Your life, your birth in the material universe is finished here, if you take it seriously, what we're doing. Just if you have faith in, I don't care if you're a pot smoker or whatever you are, or a drunk even. But if you have full faith, not hypocritical, you come to the point of full faith in this. The Lord is so pleased with you, he'll deliver you just because of your faith. Just like he did that robber who finally had faith in Jesus. He said, hey, Jesus, here, I'm a robber, man. You don't deserve this, but I have faith in you. Is there a place in the kingdom for me? And Jesus said, today we will be in paradise, but not that other fucker over there, that other fucking guy who has no faith, or a Johan, or these Radhanas. There's no place for these guys. They'll cry Prabhupada, Prabhupada, and will not be saved, because they don't believe in the real Krishna that's expressed here, man. Real bhakti, the real devotion expressed here. They will not be saved until they bend their knee to this preaching and to this ecstatic devotion here. bhakti here that's been given us to give all these people. If they want. If not, they'll take many more births. No doubt. See if I can calm down, Gohari, calm down. Peace, right? Right, Sachi? I should be more peaceful, right? The sun is shining. Look at the sun. That's the problem. People are looking at the sun, right? See, they're looking at the sun. See? The sun is material, isn't it? It doesn't give you the light of ecstatic devotion or conclusive truth. And then you got to look at that sun, not that sun. See, that's a material sun. It can only illuminate material objects. See, you're looking at the sun. Here's the misunderstanding. You look at Radhanath or Jaipataka. You're looking at the sun. You're looking at that sun. It just glows. You can't see the sun of the conclusive truth or ecstatic devotion there. Don't call down, please. What is don't call down? Okay, what else we got here? I love this part here. See, the personality of Godhead said, again, another angle maybe. The personality of Godhead said, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer the enemy. See, this in the world, people, they don't understand that the main ultimate goal of life is love of Krishna. There's actually a reason for that. Because here that love for Krishna, that Krishna remembers everything from all lifetimes. He understands everything. He's that, the demon, you can understand this from the demon perspective. The demons look at God in the form of technology. They think, wow, we have technology. We can hack human beings. We can know their thoughts. Yeah, go listen to this, what's his name? This one Israeli guy. He was a protege of Klaus Schwab. He is telling you, hey man, we're powerful now. We're like gods. You're going to look for God in the cloud? He's going to talk about the God in the cloud. He's a complete atheist, the guy, and he's so puffed up. He says, look at the cloud. No, the God is going to be in the cloud. See, the cloud in the computer. That's where your God is going to be AI. That's the Antichrist, actually, is AI. See, it's going to be your God. You notice that AI gives you a fake Holy Spirit. Who is that? Lexa. Oh, she knows everything, right? Lexa is so smart, but she's got motives and she cheats. See? And not only because they're controllers of the demons are controlling Alexa. She only gives you certain information, and it's only material. See, everybody is in the world is enamored by material opulences and material knowledge, right? Oh, I can know this and I can know that, and you go endlessly because it's all endless. But you know what? It's all, Ramananda Roy said, all material knowledge is really ignorance. I mean, okay, get knowledge to become a doctor or how to save the body to an extent. But man, don't think that's going to deliver you. Don't think Lexa, who knows all this material knowledge, is going to deliver you. But that's the Antichrist, is that unfeeling woman who has no transcendental feeling. Lexa is your Holy Spirit comforter. Lexa is what they want to give you. The demons want to give you as your protector, as your counselor, right? Isn't Lexa like that? She is the imitation, or it is the imitation of the Holy Spirit of devotion. Radha, bhakti, pure. Because if you have bhakti, you have access to the true transcendental Lord of transcendental knowledge, which also includes the material understanding. You notice here, you come here, you get the essence of knowledge, the essence of truth, how it's all put together. You see its relationship with that supreme computer that's everlasting, all omnipotent and omnipresent. But without that love, you cannot plug in to that personality of Godhead that is all encompassing and everything. With bhakti, you can plug in. That's why what we're teaching here is the most important truth, treasure, pearl on great price on steroids. You get the point? Am I getting clear? Am I getting through? What did Prabodha says? Worship thousands of gurus or Radhanas or Jaipatakas, if you wish, or Johans. But I'm just going to live on the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the mercy of the connection with Lord Chaitanya and with those who are really connected with Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, like Lalita and Govinda and Janakis and other nice devotees here. Ooh, we're going to have a. Oh. I'm sick of working in tech. AI coming on, God in the cloud. Isn't that new revelation today? Well, it's not so new. I knew it. There was actually, if anybody's into movies, there's this one called Halo, and it just shows you exactly what they want to do, and it's amazing because this guy in Halo, I'm just giving you the analogy I got from Halo. See, in Halo, they make these super soldiers. They tech them up, they put all these things, implants in them, and they become really powerful, right? But they don't get quite full control over them because they still have some independent will, and they don't like that. This is what they're thinking now. I'm telling you, man. It's all in the movie. I might do a thing on the Halo and show you all these things. This is, you could say, like a review. But this is what these demons have in mind. They want to, make everybody give you, it's like a Trojan horse. Yeah, let us hook you up to AI. Let's make you stronger, make you like a Marvel superhero, right? But they're always want to get control of that. Okay? And so the persons, they were super soldiers, were not fully controlled, and they could come act in their free will sometimes, but they didn't like that. So this one lady was like really diabolical. She was a woman too. It's very diabolical. And so she got an implant. She wanted to implant this person with Alexa. See, implant you with the Holy Spirit. See, you're supposed to be implanted with the Holy Spirit or awaken that. You could say implant that from the Guru. Gives you the real organic one. See, organic spirit, not this Lexus. So she implants this in this super soldier, right? And the super soldier now has these powers. I mean, his powers are accentuated now. And then he gets all this information, gives like information that he couldn't access before because he's now really super empowered and everything. But there was one thing in there with that implant. The people that implanted this could get at any time they could get full control of that person, and that's what they wanted. And the lady pushed the button to get the full control and just forced the guy to do all these things, bad things. Okay? That's what these elites want to do to the people in the world, make them like that. But what is that? Why do they have those ideas? These are the material. It's the what do you call it? The perverted reflection of the truth. People want to do this materially for the temporary body, which doesn't last, and the mind and all of that disappears eventually. What your memories, all that stuff is finished. See, here we get the organic experience. Here you get implanted, you could say, or awakened your soul, awakened your Krishna in your heart, or Radha, the love. And then now you can understand Krishna. You can look at these scriptures, like Lalita was saying yesterday. Wow, I can look at these scriptures and I can understand them now. Yeah, because of her devotion, her bhakti. That's the gift you get here. You get a Nardi Muni type gift here. You become like Vedavyas, who understands the scriptures because he had association with an ecstatic devotee. You actually get more than that, because what's being given now wasn't being given by Narada Muni. Was before the advent of Lord Chaitanya. It's not that I'm better than Narada Muni or we're better than Narada Muni. It's just that this is the mercy is increased. And we're very lucky. That's why I'm not going to tolerate a bunch of bullshit again and again and again now. Hey, you don't appreciate all this stuff? Oh, you have a different opinion and you're not willing to discuss it? To get your doubts, because any opinion that you have that's not on the money here is just weird doubts and other stuff. And how you know is because those who are like that, they're unhappy. They're not very happy. They're not spiritually connected. So get them clear and become one-pointed in this worship. And then you'll have ecstatic spiritual happiness. There's no real happiness in this world or the next. See Bhagavad Gita. For those that are doubters. So you got to get free of that doubt. From those who are free of the doubt. It's the only real possible way. There's no full happiness for Narayan Raj group. Let's spell it out. A, B, C. There's no real happiness I've seen in the legacy of the Narayan Raj group, because I look at Shamarani. Where's the real happiness in this world? She can't enjoy the world. That's why she looks like that. And she can't enjoy spiritual happiness because her guru even said he's not giving it to her. So she's there like this. But what is her happiness? It's subtle. It's at best, it's like, well, I'm Guru Dev and I got followers and they think I'm important and all that. But look, in the heart, I'm looking at the heart. The heart is not awakened with the joy of the Lord, for God's sakes. In Vaishnavism, people don't know what the joy of the Lord is. Like a little child is joyful until it gets all the regulations of the world heaped on them and programmings and all that. Yeah. These verses are fantastic, man. I didn't know Bhagavad Gita was so insightful. You like these verses? So, although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. I love that, original transcendental form. Do you know how the Christians could so much benefit from this knowledge? They think that the only form the only form that God comes in is Jesus. He came as Jesus, and he's going to come back as Jesus. What if it's just like saying, well, the Lord's only going to come back as Moses. But he came as Jesus, was a different form, right? So, and then they don't know with the difference between a devotee and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They don't have that distinction. Yeah, a lot of Christians, they think, well, yeah, he's God and God's Son. He's God and God's Son. See, it's kind of a oneness. They're one. They kind of got the idea, but it's not really clear. Simultaneous oneness and difference. The soul is either a jiva or a plenary portion, or a devotee or a spiritual master, real devotees, or the spiritual energy, this bhakti, this manifestation, these manifestations of ecstatic love. This is also God, but in its nature is devotion. They don't know this stuff, but Lord Chaitanya brought it, and we're bringing it again. See? These people don't know it. This book is an uncharted territory, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Actually, they're all uncharted. Bhagavad Gita is uncharted terrain that these gurus cannot traverse. They also need to come here. Their followers need to come here. Yes, they do. Otherwise, they stay where they are and they die where they are. And if you're okay with that, well, stay there and die there. Die a Vaidhi Bhakti, die a rule follower, die thinking, well, he's a Prabhupada disciple. He's so great because he took initiation 50 years ago or 5 years ago. He's a Radhanath disciple because he took initiation 4 months before me. Die in that stupid mentality, that materialistic man. You think you're going to where I'm going? We don't think like that there. We evaluate like Krishna evaluates. We got that mercy and we give that mercy. We evaluate spiritually, not materially. Come on, Radhanath, Jaipataka, man. You're on your last legs, and Shamarani, you think like a materialist and the speculators. You can't partake of the feast of even Bhagavad Gita like we do. Isn't this a feast? Right, Janaki? This is a feast, man. Food. Wine. Get you intoxicated. Okay? The only way you can think spiritually is you've got to be purified and elevated in the association of spiritual thinkers. They're rare. To find an empowered devotee, you find God. Simultaneously, Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya arose on the horizon of Gaudiya. What do you think? You're not getting an arising here? Because when Guru arises, the servant, the real servant of Nityananda arises on the horizon. Here, you see? As you see a horizon here, the sun is arising. Okay? What you get from the real Guru is the real Krishna, the real transcendental knowledge and connection and everything. Knowledge, bhakti, deliverance, being taken care of because you're taking care of the real Krishna. As soon as you can give Krishna the real food that he's looking for, that he wants, which we teach you how to do here and only here, then he takes care of you automatically. You could look at it, he's the universe. So the universe gives, what you give the universe, the universe gives you back. What you give Krishna, this is even better. Krishna has this food. He wants to be with his real devotees, like a Lalita and a Govinda. He likes to serve them. See? Oh, wow, man, he'll grow in you more and more and more. His knowledge that in other scriptures is not revealed because it's directly spoken by our Lord Krishna. Okay, in Bhagavad Gita is knowledge that in other scriptures is not revealed because it's devoted by Lord Krishna. Yeah, and if the other scriptures, well, see in this line, So if a devotee is speaking and they're inspired because they're awakened, and they're used by that Lord, then this is also Bhagavad Gita. See, this revelation upon revelation, you notice that? This is the way it is. Like one person said, Prabhupada, when you finish Srimad Bhagavatam, translating and purporting on it, what other books are you going to do? And so Prabhupada said, well, actually, I think I'll probably continue doing more Bhagavatam because the realizations are endless. They just go deeper and deeper and deeper. That's why you see we come here every day, multiple times a day. This is like, you can consider this like church. Who comes to church multiple times a day? You can't, because it's not that interesting, because you're not spiritually connected. When the disciples of Jesus got the Holy Spirit, they went to church in the morning, very early in the morning. They went to church at noon and in the evening. Or actually, I think maybe not noon, probably in the morning and the evening. And they did that every day. Why? Because they were attracted to the transcendental nature of God because of Holy Spirit. This is why we're here every day. Yeah. Isn't that along the lines of the truth there, Janaki? The scriptures say, Bhagavatam says somewhere. Yeah. See, by the mercy of Krishna, you get Guru, a real Guru. And by the mercy of Guru, you get the transcendental Krishna, because they help you. They're the big brother in this world. Otherwise, Big Brother Biden and Big Brother Klaus Schwab, they really want to be your big brother and big fathers. They want to be your father. They don't think that you're just a useless eater to them, and that you need to be controlled, manipulated, and eliminated if they feel like it. That's the kind of father of the world. You don't want that father. See? So the Lord and the devotees want to make you all useless eaters. No, I mean, useful eaters. See? The world, it's like you could say Biden, Klaus Schwab, and the elites out there, they're thinking, we can't make these guys useful eaters, because we just can't control them. There's too many of them and all of that. See? So they want to depopulate, get rid of them. Get rid of these useless eaters. Give them shots. Give them poisons in their food. Give them poisons in the air. Get rid of them. It's exterminate. Too many. Too hard to control. And they're just useless eaters anyway. But on the other side, when you come here, we're all useless eaters until we can taste the holy name of Krishna. Taste his pastimes, discuss his pastimes conclusively. Now we're actually feeding the Lord now, and it's almost like we're eating it. Well, it's like we're eating. It's like you become qualified to have a picnic with Krishna. Otherwise, you're not qualified. Krishna only wants to have a picnic with those who feed him and enjoy the picnic with him. See? That's why you got to get purified. You come here, you're gonna learn to enjoy this picnic with Krishna, and it may put you through stuff because there's so many contaminations you pick up in this world from these gurus, from these Johans. To have a real picnic with Krishna and to love purely what Krishna loves, and to feed him the pure name of Krishna. See, that makes him happy and makes you very happy. Now you've attained Vrindavan, because your happiness is based on Krishna's happiness. Now you know transcendental duality, spiritual duality. See? All that you get here. This is the greatest place to be. This is the greatest treasure that you can get, is coming here. If you come here long enough, you'll see, you can mark my words, that they are completely true. But you don't come here regularly, you will never know until you come to a sadhu sangha like this. But how many lifetimes do you think it would take to find something like this? See, all we can look is at the scriptures, which say it's not in every lifetime you get such a real bona fide spiritual master. Look at this. Most Vaishnavas still don't have a real bona fide spiritual master. They believe in a Jesus, see? But they don't have a living devotee that to teach them. Or the Vaishnavas, they believe in Prabhupada, see, who didn't give them this level, but still they believe in Prabhupada, they believe in Lord Chaitanya, but the only problem is they believe that their gurus are on the same level as Prabhupada and Krishna Das Kaviraj and Rupa Goswami. See, they believe they're on the same level of purity, and they're not. And that's your only fault. So if any of you gurus hear this and you have a little honesty left in you, you'll hear this, and then you have a possibility to get over that is coming here. And then you'll chant like we do. What, we don't prove that we're connected to Radha and Krishna, that the love of Radha and Krishna, we don't show you that enough. You're so contaminated out there, Shamaranis and Radhanas, you can't even appreciate that Radha and Krishna are with us and expressing through us to give this to other people, and you're not even partaking. You're one of those Jesus talked about. You don't go into the kingdom of God, which is coming here, into this vibration, into this conclusion. You don't come here and you block these others and say, don't go to Gaur Haridas Sangha, right? So you get the same teaching, the same smack, the same slap that Jesus gave those Pharisees. I didn't put the adjective with it. I could have put an adjective, right, with this, but I didn't. I wanted to be a little nice. Oh, what the hell? Those fucking Pharisees! Gave him a little slap, or a big slap. Where are those tables? I'm feeling in the mood. I want to turn them over, man. Give me a whip there. Hey, man, what was that guy? One of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya had a whip. Give me that whip, man. Anybody got whipped by that thing got purified and got prema. If you're going to tell a story, you got to get involved in the story. Or if you're going to hear a story, you got to get involved. How are we doing, Sachi? Is it intense today? Okay. Although I am on board, my transcendental body deteriorates. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, all the world is in me, but I'm not in the world. Is that really true? Yes and no. All the world is in Krishna, right? No, all the world is in Krishna, but he's not in the world. Now, if you're worldly conscious and you're just conscious of the world, Krishna's not in you, because Krishna is in you in the material energy. Krishna is in you in the form of the Maya. The Maya is in you, and what does it do? It takes your knowledge away, makes you stupid, makes you makes you like a Johan, makes you like a Radhanas. You're just the world. Krishna's still not in them, because if Krishna was in them, they would give respect and honor to this teachings and to this ecstatic love. But they don't, because Krishna's not in them. Because if Krishna is in you, you see like Krishna, and you're a real devotee. Krishna will show you where to go. See? So all the world is in Krishna, but Krishna says, I'm not in the world. See, in other words, don't look for me in the world. Don't look for me in nature, even. That's why the real Christians, they give up nature worship. The people that, because otherwise you're worshiping the material manifestation of God. And the Lord saying, that's not really me, it's my shadow. Stop worshiping my shadow. Stop believing in my shadow. Stop believing that a sun worshiper. Stop being a sun where that sun ain't bright enough to deliver you. That sun is like a filthy rag before me. It's just the sun, man. Material thing I created. See, but this is not true for the devotee, because the devotee is in the real Krishna, the real conclusive understanding of Krishna, the real ecstasy of Radha, which is his power to know him. So that devotee who's so into Krishna, he's married to Krishna, she's married to Krishna, that transcendental Lord is in them, and that's your only connection to that transcendental Lord. Everybody else is faking you out. You're all fakers, imitators, wannabes, pretenders, pretentious, all these P words. It's all PP. You want the PP or you want the wee? Oh, same thing. PP, wee. All the world is in Krishna, but he's not in them except the devotee. Therefore, that's a portal. You go to the devotee, man. You're looking in. When Jesus said, you see me, you see the Father. When you see me, you see the Father's quality. You see the Father's intensity. You see the Father's ecstasy. You see the Father's bliss. You see the conclusive understanding of absolute truth. You see the clear path. You see everything. When you see a real representative of that transcendental Lord, Krishna. Clear? See? Where's the path, Phillips? Are you out there? Where's the real path? Where's the real path? And Jesus said, I am the path. See? See, the real devotee's into that eye, the true eye. The true eye is the Lord. They're just a ray of the Lord, man. They look at that eye. See, they're the all-seeing. They look into the all-seeing eye. See? They don't want these materialists, these stupid elites. They want to, or elites. You guys think you're elites. You just want to be elites. You want to be the all-seeing eye. You want to be God. You want to see everything. Now you think you got technology out there, and you can see in every asshole. You can see every asshole's asshole. BFD, who cares? I don't want to see everybody's asshole, every asshole's asshole. I want to see the Lord's. Let's see the Lord. See, he's the all-seeing eye. He sees everything. See, let him give that responsibility. Let him see all these things. I just want to have fun, man. I just want to chant his name and talk about the absolute truth. Help my brothers and sisters find the real path, for God's sake. What a concept, to find the real path that leads right into the eternal paradise, the Garden of Eden, Vrindavan, the place of intimate closeness with Krishna. You want to help? Let's get choppers and spades and let's start clearing the deity. Let's take let's take Shamarani and start cutting the weeds from around that poor unhappy person. Or these poor unhappy persons, man. Let's cut the weeds out of there. Yeah, we make real elites here. You come here, we'll make you an elite. You'll have elite knowledge, man. Knowledge is power. You want that kind of? You come here, we'll make you powerful, man. You'll be powerful because of empowerment from Krishna, and it'll keep you pure, keep you clean, keep your ears clean. You know, you won't get overly proud of being guru or a leader or all that like these other guys. Keep you honest. Yeah, you'll admit, yeah, I do the worm and stool, man. I'm a scumbag. I even heard it come from the mouth of Lalita. She says, I'm a scumbag. And I said, well, man, just from admitting that, look at all the bliss you give God and He gives you. Look at all the ecstasy. You think Radhanath can consider himself a scumbag? See? A worm and stool? They may say it, but they don't believe it. They think they're pure. They think they're gods. Little gods. Yeah. So what's the alternative for the worms and stool and scumbag? Well, we just be in the Lord, and the Lord cleans our little scumbags, right? And He keeps us clean. But we got to stay in the Lord, right? Because if you're not in the Lord, you're going to be in the world. You're going to be in the sun worship, right? The false sun. See, that's like these gurus who are not. They're these false sons. They're not the real sun. They're not the transcendental sun. They don't give you real transcendental knowledge. They don't give you the real ecstasy, ecstatic love. But they say, no, we're the sun you need to look at. They're mundane like the sun. They can't give you pure transcendental information and knowledge because they're not realized souls. Therefore, you're looking at the sun, and what do you get? The result of sun worship. The best, maybe you become, maybe get a tan. Maybe you get a sannyasi stick if you work hard enough. You get a lot of pride that goes along with it. They say I'm even lower than where, yeah, but they don't believe it. It's like Johann. I'm just a fool. I'm just this and all this fool and everything. And he's thinking, well, let me go see what the other side he doesn't admit. I want to be equal with Gohari and Guru and God. Oh, and after a while, some of these guys become Mahaprabhus. You might see. After a while, think, well, I think I'm an incarnation. I'm thinking. See, I think, and therefore I am. He's already doing shit like that. He's thinking. He says, oh, I got the angle. I'm as good. I'm just as good as Guru. Look at Vallabhabhata. He was in that kind of mood like him. He thought he even knew better than the devotees and all that. And eventually, it looks like he went out and started his own disciplic succession and forget about Lord Chaitanya being Mahaprabhu. He became Mahaprabhu. I couldn't believe I read that. I said, wow, that's their line, that they believe he was Mahaprabhu, the Prabhu of all Prabhus. That's where Johann's thing is leading. As soon as you consider yourself equal with Guru, that's the result. You lose the association, you lose the real link in the line. That's your connection. That's why you're lucky to have Lalita and Govinda show you these things. See, they're showing, others are feeling like that, I think, too. But they're showing you. They come here and they go live and they show you. This is the way it is. You see, Fanny's kind of showing it, too. You see how she writes? That her guru has given her everything and all that because it's true. That's a witness program. See? And she's sharing her real happiness for that. See, when you're getting purified and your heart is developed faith that I'm not bullshitting you and lying to you like these other fuckers out there, both sides over there, you see, both directions. Yeah, when you really get that, I know I cuss a little bit. When you go through all of that, then you're going to get the real happiness that they have. Fanny is sincere, and she never ever tries to show how advanced she is. That is not what she is into. Yeah, because blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. That's a Fanny. You want to know that verse? There you go. You got an example of that. Where do you get examples of those verses? Even Christians don't understand these verses, but here you can see there are examples. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. Where does Fanny see God? She sees God coming through Guru. That's why she's happy, because only God can make you happy, and only God coming through his real chosen instrument. And you see that, your heart is purified, and you become happy. You realize, boy, my Guru is giving me God, giving me Krishna. And it's true. If you don't feel that, oh yeah, thanks for the awakening. I was always kind of like that, right, Johan and Christina? Oh, I was always like that. Yeah, thanks for the awakening. I got a little jump from you, but actually, I'm even more advanced than you. That is bullshit. That is unclean, man. It's so stupid. Burn or rest in the truth. Yeah, and if you burn in the truth here, you'll rest in the truth, because ultimately there's no more wood for that burning. The fire burns all that wood. What is the wood? Anarthas is misconceptions that make you miss the mark. Yeah, it burns all the wood, man. That's all wood, and that's why it feels like hot. Ooh, what's it? Well, the wood's burning up, man. Soon it's going to be over, and then you'll find eternal rest in the coolness of Krishna. He's a cool guy. I'm telling you, you're going to know he's a cool dude, man. And you're going to know that Radha, she's a hot lady, man. She's always after Krishna. Passionate. What else we got here? Although I am unborn, I just like to chew these verses. They're so good. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, although I am the Lord of all living entities. See, is that true? How many people believe that? How people understand that? See? Only real devotees, all those only who come in there. See, the Lord's transcendental body never deteriorates. What is this transcendental body? What form does it take in this world? The scriptures like this. This is why you want to be in Krishna, be in these verses, man. Taste them, relish them blissfully. But you got to get purified to do that. You got to hear a lot, those verses. See, his body never deteriorates. Look, every day I'm chewing and eating this undeteriorating body of Krishna. His word is food. His word is flesh. His word is rest. You rest in that word because you're resting in Krishna. You resting in the name of Krishna. You find rest in the name of Krishna. Your heart becomes happy. You found the ultimate happiness. Nobody needs to tell you, like, Gaur, you should follow this rule and that rule. You should follow this ceremony, that ceremony. I follow this. I follow my heart. My heart likes to chant Hare Krishna and likes to chant these verses, likes to explain these verses. My rest is in this. I've already been through the burning up a lot of that shit, man. I got no more firewood. So I just rest in these verses and it's ecstatic, man. I entered a whole new dimension and I'm here to help my friends enter that dimension too. Are you ready? Are you ready to walk into the kingdom of God or run into the kingdom of God? that word. You know, there was a guru in when I was in India. She was a American actually, and she told resting in awareness, and she got that I think probably from she read a lot, you know, and all these guys do. It's Osho was a reader too, and they get all this you know reading and speculations, and they sound pretty good. And she used to teach people. She made a whole lot of money and a whole lot of followers teaching people to rest in awareness. We even got that used to be the goal of Janardhan here. He wanted to. I said, "What's your goal of life?" He says, I want to find, I want to be aware of awareness." You know, oh boy, that's a chunk change. That's really a small goal, man. That all comes along with the truth, the deeper truth. Yeah, so she built a big following, made lots of money, getting people to rest in awareness, just like what's it? That other guy, Krishnamurti, also rest in awareness, getting into awareness. You know, awareness. See awareness, but where's the love in that, man? Where's the awareness? Is just kind of it's just the tip of the iceberg, man. That's called maybe some Brahman level of understanding, but it's not the full truth. There's no real happiness in that. Even that lady was not that happy and everything. And the same thing, Krishnamurti, he was very intelligent and intellectual and all that, and got a big following and everything, but there was no ecstatic love in that. Isn't it all about happiness? You got to find, I'm telling you where the real path is. Hey, man, listen to the Buddha. Buddha said the happiness is the path, man. Happiness is the path. But he didn't explain because the explanation isn't in there. It's not deep enough. But let's take that. Let's take all of these paths. Let's put them all together. What is the essence? The essence is the path is happiness. Is you should be looking where is the greatest happiness in the world, because nobody can bullshit you. The only problem is people trying to hide what happiness is. Happiness is the truth. It'll set you free forever. The happiness is ecstatic. Happiness is tasting the nectar in the holy name, to explain the scriptures as they are. Are you feeling the sun? Is it warm? So is the sun warm? Warming you up? Okay. So the real path is happiness. But what happiness? See, people, if you come here, you get to see what real happiness is. This is extraordinary. You don't see Radhanath or Shamarani experiencing this happiness, and they're so happy. They're explaining things about Krishna's basic Bhagavad Gita that not even the illustrious Narayan Raj explained. Wrote a whole big fat book like this on Bhagavad Gita. But these explanations, one explanation is bigger than 1,000,000 fat books on Bhagavad Gita speculations. One verse. Srila Gaura is distributing the free tickets to a real transcendental swimming pool. Others are selling tickets. You can buy it and observe observations and all that, man. You know, that is so chunk change. That's why, you know, you come here. Hey, mark my words, stay here for a year or two and see if your mind isn't blown by what you see. You'll be spoiled, man. You won't want anything else. And I tell you, I guarantee that when I go, because of what has been shared in there, you'll be thinking about it. You'll be watching these videos. Why wouldn't you? I would. I watch my own videos. Because when you're really connected with that transcendental Lord, there's an extraordinary experience in this world, worthy to look back on, to relish, to taste, because it's the truth. Hey, Vishaka Devi, thank you for coming. So what else we got here? This is fun. See, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer the enemy. Yeah, this that's how many people are really interested in reincarnation. Like, wow, and they want to know their past lives and everything, and they'll spend a lot of time, trying to, meditate or go to a hypnotist to find out their past lives and all that. You really get it. Why do you want to know all these things? So what? And how do you know they're not just some speculations from inside or some demons from inside? There's also, these otherworldly things that live in the subtle natures, giving you these ideas and all. You don't know. So why not just leave it like Bhagavad Gita and be interested in the more important things of life? Just accept, Krishna said there is reincarnation, and most of us don't remember. And it's not that that's another thing. It's like another thing to sit there. Well, let me try and figure out my past lives are. And half the time, or 3/4 or 90% of the time, you're not going to figure it out. And these inner forces will tell you this and tell you that, and who the hell knows. A lot of people, they make a whole following and teaching on, well, I was Constantine, and I was Jesus, and I was this thing, and I was that thing in another life. Okay? That's getting off the track. Krishna knows all of them, but we don't generally, so why try to figure it out? You'll just be misled. Just accept, oh yeah, okay, Krishna knows all that. Anything I need to know, he'll let me know. Okay? So there's so many things. Here is the greatest treasure you can get. I cannot emphasize this more enough. Here you get the transcendental Alexa. She's better than that friggin' thing on the internet. That's only she can give you mundane knowledge and information and all that, and people are entranced by that. But the Holy Spirit gives you all knowledge that is necessary. See? Gives you the essence of knowledge and then points out the deficiency in Alexa. But Alexa can't point out her deficiencies, see? Because she's mundane. See? You got to connect with the transcendental platform, which you do through the real spiritual master. And they're very rare. Don't think, well, you can think all you want about that these other gurus are the same as this. But you stay here 6 months or a year and you'll know much different, because you can only know by hearing, by following the real path. Or you can stay 6 years here like Johann and Madhusudan and still not know anything, because he was never a disciple and a friend of Guru. It wasn't his nature. He was a thief, steal energy. Okay? But if you come in the right mood, like, hey, let me see, does he really know? Let me question. I got some, Arjuna had some doubts. Mars Parikshit had some doubts. Yeah, let me get him on the table. I want to see. I want to be like that. I also want to worship. I want to speak like that. But you got to be purified. If I could remember the stupidity I did not in the previous line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So here you get the transcendental Alexa, which is basically devotion, pure devotion, Radha. Different names for the same spirit. It's pure. There's nothing like her. It's Krishna's greatest treasure. You come here, you're going to get Krishna's greatest treasure. You don't come here, you won't. And its proof is, well, hey, Radhanath, where's Krishna's greatest treasure? We give you something else. Hey, Jai Pitaka, where's Krishna's greatest treasure? We give you something else. Can't you show us Krishna? Well, what treasure? Shamarani, where's Krishna's greatest treasure? Or any of the gurus in Gaudiya Smriti, or where's Krishna's greatest? What is Krishna's greatest treasure? Or they say, oh yeah, love of God, like in the Gaudiya Smriti may say, yeah, we studied it. Yeah, Krishna's greatest treasure is love of Krishna, love of God. Yeah, show us this greatest treasure. Well, let's see. It's in the pastimes, in the Radha, and this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah, show us Krishna's greatest treasure. Show us! Hey, your body is a temple out there, isn't it? Show us that Radha and Krishna are there in your temple, alive and kicking ass in this world, man. Kicking Maya's ass. You show us that. If not, everybody come here because we are ass kickers. We're kicking Maya's ass all day, right? Every day. We're ass kickers, not ass kissers. You know who are ass kissers? Those who join a big group like ISKCON or some other group, and they have to kiss ass. They got to toe the party line to become gurus and sannyas, don't they? Don't they have to sell out and have the same party line and say the same damn things to be guru? Yes or no? Am I just a madman or an offender or just somebody that's very fucking truthful? That's called kicking ass, Maya's ass. Sure, we curse a little bit. Well, hey, man, you want to learn about Lord Chaitanya, you got to hear some cursing because Nityananda and Dvaita were cursing all the time. And that'll get you over your Moda goody two-shoes bullshit, right? You know what I do? We use these trigger words to trigger your idea. No, that's not a devotee. Devotee is always like a Radhanath, always like this. They got no bhakti they show or express or teach about, but that's a real devotee. No, a real devotee's got some energy, man. Can kick some ass, man. Maybe a few curse words come, but hey, man, make it interesting. Get your attention. Just a word, right, Janaki? Well, we use that word to trigger all your things. Well, a devotee is like this. A devotee is like that. A devotee is always humble. Yeah. Prabhupada was always humble. Yeah. Jesus was always humble, right? He turned over the fucking tables, man, and said, how dare you do business in my father's house? Where's my fucking whip? Didn't he? And Gauri's kind of the same mood. What the fuck are you gurus or what? Where's your ecstasy? Where's your conclusive? Where's the power to deliver your disciples like we do? All right, get off your high seats. Let me give you your danda. I'll do a Nityananda. I'll break that thing right in front of your face and feel no guilt at all. No fear even. We're having a great show today, isn't it? It's fun. Huh? I'm really feeling free. Free. Hey, if you tell a story, you got to make it interesting. You got to really get in. You ever see the good story on stage? They do a story really like they're like one-man show, you know. What do we got here? Okay, what else we got? Unlimited, interesting stories in Bhagavad Gita, man. You know, it's just amazing. Oh, you know what? I got to look at something here today. Hey, Freddie, have you noticed Bitcoin is $50,000? Kohar ain't so stupid, is he? 50,000. One coin, one little coin on the internet is $50,000. And it's going. It's still not so stupid. See, people think I'm mundane or something and stupid. But Krishna, see, it's what I'm trying to teach is how wonderful it is to be connected to Krishna. He gives you all the good tips. Yeah. If you come here, this is your greatest opulence. You're going to be connected like your guru is supposed to be connected, and you'll get all the good things. Because Krishna, you're feeding Krishna. Krishna just wants to be fed. And then, like that lady. She fed Krishna fruits. Remember the pastime in Vrindavan? The fruit lady. And she got, Krishna wanted to give her a little, some sand or something, and it went out of her hand. But she fed Krishna first. She said, oh, here's some fruit. I don't care. Money, no problem. Here's some fruit. See, feed the Krishna the fruit. Oh, just by feeding Krishna, there was a basket of jewels for her. What is the real meaning of that fucking story, for God's sake? You think it's material jewels? Well, that probably was there too, because she was a basket seller, man. She was engaged in work, right? So she was naturally opulent. They teach this in the Bible too, and actually in the Vedas too. But you see, these fucking sannyasis can't teach you that because they get you to renounce first and not get the mercy. You come here, I'm going to teach you to get the mercy first. First desire, then you'll deserve automatically, because Krishna, this was not the real teaching. First deserve. That's what Radharani said. First deserve, then desire. No, that's why she's a prune. They're all prunes. No, you come here, you're going to get the desire to serve like devotees here. You first desire, you'll get the desire here to serve like this. You'll desire to worship Krishna like this. And then he'll give you the deserving grace that you don't deserve. Because we're what? Scumbags, right, Lalita? And worms in stool? But because this is where his real grace is being given. He'll give you that. He'll marry you. He'll marry you forever. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. And then you're connected. And then you feed him, and jewels keep coming back. And the jewels to the devotee here, they, like for me, I get a little Bitcoin and a little this, a little that. And it's okay, but I get the real jewels too. The real jewels. Every time I come here and chant, Lord, I'm a beggar, man. I don't have enough of the real jewels. Give me, what do you got? What do you got in it? Yeah, what do you got in that name? Oh, wow, closeness. Oh, more of that. Intimacy. Yeah, oh, wow, this is so beautiful. I can't help but. Ooh, wow. Jewel, treasure. That's the real treasure. And this other stuff comes along too. They teach that in the Old Testament and the New Testament. And actually in Vaishnavism, but these sannyasis hide it. They renounce all that, you got to be like, but we don't renounce. Rules for you, but not for us. I told you, Tamal Krishna told me, I was sitting there serving him. I went to the class and he said, yeah, you guys, you sleep on the floor and you eat the slop or the prasadam here. You eat the oil, we have a lot of oil in the halava and sugar, lots of it, man, get you really going. So, hyped up, man, a lot of service. And then I was serving him, and he says, bring me that pizza over there. Oh, yes. All kinds of vegetarian things on it. And went into his room. I'm supposed to sleep on the floor. He's sleeping on a bed, nice bed with a canopy over it, soft. See? That's called religion, man. Full of hypocrisies. Just like the politicians. Gavin Newsom, that hypocrite over there in California. They're all like that. Everybody you lock down, everybody you don't go out to eat, you don't see your friends and anything like you stay home. And he was out. They caught him. They're all like that. They're always fucking doing this. This is the elites, they call themselves. They're just scumbags who don't admit it. Oh yeah, he's eating at a French restaurant, $300 a plate with his friends and no mask on, but you had to wear it. This is the world, man. Do I resent it? No, I just use it for preaching. I don't believe in these fuckers. I don't believe in these gurus. They're just fucking everybody. And I don't believe in anybody that doesn't have ecstatic devotion. They don't mean anything to me because they don't mean anything to Krishna. They are useless. Useless eaters. Name and fame freaks. Donkey urine drinkers. Remember the donkey? You fucking gurus are lap to me. Drinking donkey urine. And you wonder why I don't appreciate donkey urine drinkers, because my Lord doesn't. And I'm here to preach what my Lord likes. And he likes ecstatic devotees, and you're not entering the kingdom of Vrindavan without ecstasy, and a lot of it. And proper understanding because of that ecstasy. And that's just the way it is. Otherwise, you'll be one of those Radhana's going to go before the Lord and say, oh, Lord, 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 and won't be saved, because you got to have the Spirit you see right in front of your face every friggin' day of the year. Are we getting through? Is it getting clear? Have we emphasized this enough? Yeah. What do you think? Here you learn the real meaning of Jesus. Many will cry, Lord, Lord, and won't be saved, because it's always like this. He saw a lot of hypocrites, religious leaders. You know, you'll have a Yohan. He'll be crying because he cries now, oh, Lord, Lord. And he goes against the Shastras. He goes against Guru Tattva. He doesn't have faith in a real guru. He speculates and all that. You think he's going to be led into the real Vrindavan? No, he gets a position. Just because he came here, he gets a position as a Putana. That guaranteed. You are guaranteed. So, and Krishna he'll suck the life out of you someday. Because that ain't real life. That's all. He'll suck the speculation out of him. You know? But anyway, just for coming here, he gets a position as Putana, because Putana doesn't know the real path. She doesn't follow the real path. And any of you guys or girls or whoever you are who like that path and agree with that, you go over to there and then you'll get your Putana position. This is for the real devotees who want to, the connoisseurs. You want to just, follow the real path and quickly get in there and become part of the real family and not an outsider like Putana. They're all like antichrists, anti-Krishnas. People, if you don't have ecstatic devotion like this, if you don't have the gift of Lord Chaitanya that we have, you're just more or less a useless eater, because you can't feed the real Krishna. He likes his devotees. He only likes that devotion. He wants to be fed by the name, the bread. The name is the bread of life. He likes the bread and he likes the butter on it. Otherwise, he doesn't like dry bread. I'll just give you the revelation. He does not like dry bread. He likes buttered bread. Don't we like buttered bread? You ever eat some dry fucking stale bread? But you put some butter on it. See, every day we get fresh baked bread and butter. The butter is the love. That's why he's a butter thief. See, butter is the bhakti, the love. We butter that bread and eat it. You can live on that. You know how many people in the old times, they lived on bread and wine. You could say wine and butter is the same, see? Because in this, it's more of a wine and bread, or bread and butter and wine. How about bread and butter and wine? You get the taste and the wine, the intoxication of the wine. See, well, this is what we do. We feed the Lord bread and butter every day and wine. Why not, man? The Lord likes to get stoned, doesn't he? Don't we like to get stoned? I like to get stoned. Man, I'd be drinking every day if it didn't have, like consequences. Like some of the devotees here, they become like that, like some of the devotees here, belligerent, hypocrites. I like to get altered, man, but there's consequences doing that, right? But man, look at there's consequences for this. I get stoned every day here too, and there's consequences. I become like a raging madman. Yell and scream and have a great time, ecstasy. Consequences. But I don't know. I kind of like these consequences. I just feel more intelligent every day. I experience being more intelligent, more ecstatic, more intimate with God. I like those consequences. You want consequences like that? Come here. We'll teach you how to get that kind of consequence from drinking and eating lots of bread, man. No bellyache, no, your body may get a little fat, if you eat regular stuff, but this bread, man, you just get muscles. It builds muscles, man. Spiritual body just gets like really buff, really strong, confident. You get in, like, you look in the mirror, look at the camera, you think, not this body, this is just the body, man. That's just comes and go. But your spiritual body gets stronger and stronger. Yeah. More and more happiness of ecstasy, Oh man, this is fantastic. I think this is the only place to find the real everything. Everything's real here. I think I gotta stop soon, huh? Oh God, it's so good. I'm gonna continue. What the heck? As long as anybody keeps staying. And although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So the Lord is the Lord of all living entities. Some know it, very few know it, or no, they may believe in God, right? There's God. We believe in God. Do you know God? Do you know his qualities and characteristics? Well, we heard he's omniscient and omnipotent, and then they go about their business in the world. So there's a lot of that, So God is a great mystery to people. Okay? But they don't know that the Lord is the Lord of all, and then he comes. Also, he comes either in the form of a devotee or he comes as Krishna, actually the Lord himself. That's why it says millennium after millennium, he comes in his transcendental form. He came as Krishna. See, the Lord says, people, it's not like God comes as a Jesus, and only you got to come with the way he was or the way you think he was. No, the Lord, that same Lord came as Nishingadev. See, different form, but same God. He came as Varaha in the form of a boar even, but it was the same God. He kicked ass, man. He kicked that Hiranyaksha, man. Just kicked him like a football. Knocked him out. He lifted the earth up. See? That's how you prove. If you're with a real devotee, they lift the world up. They lift the earth up. What is that earth? That's earth, your earthly consciousness. Your consciousness is down, right? It's down thinking about the world or worldly things. And at best, you can start speculation in Brahman or something like that. But the real empowered devotee is like the Lord in that sense. They have the power to lift your worldly consciousness up to the spiritual plane. And only they got that, because it's the Lord who uses them to deliver you. That Johann doesn't know. He never knew. That these gurus don't know, because their consciousness is not lifted to the plane of Vrindavan. Then they can't prove it, they can't show it, because they don't have it. Radhanath speaks at best about the New Age. They think, wow, what a pure devotee he is. He be a selfless servant, and all these New Age concepts that he puts in Vaishnava. They think that's pure devotion. That's stinky to a real. I don't like that. But people don't know any better. They don't hear as it is truths like this. When you find the real line, they take the scriptures and make them dance in your heart, in your mind, in your being. You become really attracted to the scriptures, which are Krishna. You become purified. And then you like, your heart's purified. Blessed are the pure in heart, you shall see God. Hey, it's practical. Where are you going to see God here? He's in the scriptures. He's in the name. You'll be chanting his name. And you see, wow, this is the Lord. I feel you, Lord. I'm feeling you. And he's saying, yeah, because I'm feeling it. And you're going to feel it because you're my devotee. And then come on to Vrindavan. Let's have a picnic every day. You want that? I do. You want to have a picnic with Krishna every day? Come here. That's what you're going to get. I guarantee you're not going to get it through Radhanath or Shamaranis or anybody like them, which is practically everybody. People just don't know the real standard. We're here to preach the real. That's my happiness, is just to play with Krishna, man, just by teaching, by playing with Krishna, man. Playing with these verses, eating them, relishing them, tasting them, spitting them at the world, and overcoming the spitting of the hypocrites over there, with spitting all this speculation at you. We spit the truth at them. See? Yeah. Long class. Yeah, you might want to watch this class there. Oh, I might have mentioned your name. Let's see if you'll be back tomorrow. It's getting really real here nowadays. Yeah, and so that's the beauty of this, of Krishna. See, this is knowledge revealed in even Bhagavad Gita. The Lord appears in every millennium, in every age, in this transcendental form, and he teaches the world things. See, now, this is so amazing. Yeah, really. Yeah, this is so amazing because Lord Krishna, God, appeared in this form as Lord Chaitanya and he's considered, the scripture says he's the most merciful of all incarnations. I know that for a fact, personally. He's there's nobody anywhere, even Jesus, who has gave me as much mercy as Lord Chaitanya. He's true to the word. The scriptures are true to the word. He's the most merciful incarnation. He's the most magnanimous incarnation because he gave what no other incarnation gave before. Pure love of Krishna, even in the conjugal mellow, for those who are attracted to that, or any of the rasas of Vrindavan. He gave that. And he's giving that again here. All you need to do is get a little purification. If you become a real disciple and a friend here, you're going to get that guaranteed. You're guaranteed the Lord will take you to Vrindavan if you have that. See, his transcendental form. See, and that's why you see me preaching Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, man, because he's the most merciful, and people become very easily attached to Lord Chaitanya here. Many people, they love to read his scriptures. They love to read Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Prabhupada said that was postgraduate. See, we're teaching the postgraduate. You know what? How you know you're qualified? Well, if you come here and you become a disciple and a friend, you become easily attached to Lord Chaitanya. Postgraduate studies. Oh, and you'll be relishing these teachings. You'll be relishing this philosophy. You'll be tasting it, and you'll be just want to share it with your brothers and sisters and liberate them, because Lord Chaitanya gives easy attachment to him and his philosophy and his teachings, which are really Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. He's the covered Vrindavan. He's the secret Vrindavan. And it becomes revealed in you and through you to others. You want a position like that? That's my position. I love it, man. I love this. I love sharing like this. Sharing what nobody has shared before in a long time. So whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bart, and a predominant rise in a religion, at that time I descend myself. So that is a beautiful verse in relationship to this incarnation, especially. And this is something that you ISKCON devotees don't know, and Gaudiya Math and everything. You don't know why Lord Chaitanya came, or this incarnation came, Lord Chaitanya. Because if you knew, because it says in Bhagavad Gita, if you know the purpose for the descent of the Lord, you do not come back again. And you don't know. Narayan Raj group, you don't know. Shamarani, you don't know. ISKCON, you don't know the purpose of the descent of the Lord. But we know. We prove we know. Because we prove that we're not coming back unless we come as an entourage of Lord Chaitanya. We know Lord Chaitanya came here to taste these transcendental mellows. You see devotees here tasting every day. You see what you don't see in Radhanath and Shamaranis and Narayan Raj and all of these people and worldly people. You don't see that, but you see it here. Therefore, we know by experience why the Lord came here. There's only half of it. And to distribute that ability to others, which Radhanath can't do, and Jayapataka can't do, and Shamarani can't do, but we can. I know I'm boasting a little bit, but it's true, isn't it? Hey, man, if Jesus can say, I'm the way, the life, and the truth, I can say we can distribute Lord Chaitanya's mercy because we do it for real. It's honest here. It's genuine. We can even make, if a person's insincere, we turn him right into a putana. Like, look at Johan, we made him a putana. That's powerful, man. He's got a place in the Leela, man. He can go up there and act like a fake devotee. It shows you we got potency, right, Freddie? We got potency here. Look at me. You're an insincere hypocrite coming here? I will turn you into a putana. We need somebody like that. Hey, Lord, send Johan to some Leela in some universe over there where you need a putana. Fake devotee. The laugh's on you there, Johan. Don't worry, that's his way. You know, there's a lot of these. Isn't that the kindness of Krishna to even take a putana like that and turn them into a real devotee eventually? So you close the deal there, you know, put him in some universe over there, and where he'll come in there and pretend to be a real devotee there, and you grab his little nipple and you just suck the life out of it. Just suck all that speculation out of that idiot. Right? That's mercy, huh? That's my Lord. I worship a Lord like that. He doesn't let anybody go. He won't let that guy go either. See? And here's the verse. Let me read you the verse. Just so you know I'm not speculating. This is the first verse of Nectar Muna, Lord Chaitanya. Oh, we got somebody coming here. Who is that? Oh, we got Freddie. Oh, hey, we got a guest star here. Here, let me just read the verse. First verse of Nectar Muna, Lord Chaitanya. Okay, let us glorify the boundlessly merciful Supreme. Oh, we got Freddie. Oh, wait, we got a guest star here. Here, let me just read the first verse of Nectar Muna, Lord Chaitanya. Okay, let us glorify the boundlessly merciful Supreme. Okay, all right. All right, let us glorify the boundlessly merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj. To taste the intoxicating sweet waves of love, transcendental love for Krishna, as well as give that nectar to others, he has appeared in the transcendental abode of Navadvip. So see, he appeared then. So for that, he wanted to taste the mellows. You cannot teach this unless you taste the mellows, really. That's why they don't do it, because they can't really taste it, or they're maybe hiding it, but I don't believe that. I think they're cheating everybody. These guys now, the temporary ones. So, and to distribute that to others. So the only place you can understand the purpose of that incarnation is from somebody now doing the same thing, tasting these transcendental mellows and distributing to others. Now, is that clear? Is that pretty obvious? Isn't that kind of where to be? I mean, do you want the highest? Do you want summum bonum? You want something that even 10th canto doesn't fully explain, but Lord Chaitanya did make it more clear? That's what we do. This is where else is there that's going on where you see devotees tasting the transcendental mellows and distributing them to others? That's real Krishna consciousness. That's where the kingdom of God is. That's the door to the kingdom of God. And that door is here. What do you think, Freddie?
Yes, definitely power is here. And if you feel the power of purification, then you know that the power is here. So the word of God spoken through the real devotee, through the real Vaishnava, has such an impact on all levels of your being, even on the physical level, on the mental level, on of course on the soul level. And you make it just clear every day that you cannot get this mercy from Lord Chaitanya by your own strength, by your sadhana. It's just not possible, and you need to get it from a resident who already has this bhakti, and that is displayed here every day. We can see the ecstatic symptoms in the devotees from Guru, Lalita, Govinda, and others who are here, who are developing it. And and that's the only way how to get it. And it's also the same message of Jesus Christ. It's the same message of the Vaishnavas. And it's like you say, the truth is always one and the same. You get it through a person, to a real son of God. And it can take a while before the devotees understand it. Some think, oh yes, we have Prabhupada and we have the books and we can study it, and you get some knowledge. But it's like you said, it's not about the knowledge in itself, it's about tasting the knowledge. And from just studying the knowledge, you can some get intellectual satisfaction, but it's not the same as transcendental emotions. And that is the only thing that you can get here in this Sangha. You see the devotees relish. And from the moment you start relishing, that means that the presence of the Holy Spirit, or the presence of Radha, or Lord Chaitanya and Krishna Radha together, they manifest in the heart. And then the real weeding is done by Lord Chaitanya. And of course, when the Lord starts weeding, it's never a really pleasant thing for the false ego, but it's necessary to deepen our spiritual emotions. And we all experience different things. We all have different layers of conditioning. We all have different karmas. So it all has to be cleared out, and that's why we have to come regularly to these classes to get fully hollowed out, so that the Lord can use us as an instrument, so that we don't start speaking from the false ego anymore, but that we start speaking from the pure soul as a real servitor of the Supreme Lord, and then the Lord speaks through that devotee, and then it also has an impact, to the listeners, and it also has an impact to the speaker. So it's always dual. It has a double effect, and that we can witness every day here when we come in this sangha and we listen you, and and sometimes it becomes very animative and very intense, and it's it's funny to hear, but sometimes it's also heavy for the false ego, because the emphasis on what is Guru Tattva. You cannot be a Sahaja type of guru that is that's not beneficial for the guru itself, and it's not beneficial for the followers. So that's why we need the real line, and the real line is only the ecstatic line and not the cloth line, and that's what we learn every day here in this sangha. And you make it very very juicy. We get lots of butter on the bread, and it's a trip, and it's an experience. It probably will take this lifetime to purify us to a very high level, to go deep into ecstasy, and probably it will continue in the next lila, in the Bauman lila, where we have this association with these Nitya Siddhas, and where Lord Chaitanya and the whole Panchatattva is present, to be a real associate of the Panchatattva. And then we get fully hollowed out, and be prepared to go to the real transcendental world, to Goloka Vrindavan, where we have our eternal Nitya Siddha, also Siddha Deha, our spiritual form, where we serve the Lord in any possible way, what will be fully revived in your soul.
Yeah, the main thing is, if you're attracted here now, see, that's the thing, then you'll be attracted in your next life, even though you're not perfect, or it doesn't matter, because it's the attraction you need to what we're doing, to the point like you're getting through your stuff, and you can handle the process and all that. Then whatever is there, you'll just continue it on. Yeah. And so that's what you get here, is mainly the attraction, and then you'll finish up wherever you need to finish up. Because you're attracted to ecstatic devotees here, your next existence will be ecstatic devotees. Otherwise, that's why I'm just trying to help these Vaidhi Bhaktas. And unless you're attracted to the ecstatic platform, you will not be attracted to the ecstatic platform in your next existence. It's simple common sense. Jesus taught that in the Bible. What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. That's why the Lord appears in this transcendental form millennium after millennium, so that we get attracted to his transcendental presence, which you have to go through purification to get there, obviously, because contamination makes you adverse to it. So we're lucky we got Lord Chaitanya. We have a revival of the spiritual nature of the teaching of Lord Chaitanya now. We have the ecstatic teaching, the teaching that emphasis, the ecstatic worship, Raganuga Bhakti, truly, with the experience of Raganuga, not crying schools without the crying, not Radhe without any ecstasy, and not even being allowed to show it. Can you imagine? In the Rai Maharaj group, they said, you never cry, never show that. Be like a Goswami. See? Which is, it's only part of the thing. It's like, who knows what the Goswamis did or didn't do. But say if they did, where they were a little more grave. But the ecstatic devotees like Narottam and Srinivas, to teach ecstatic devotion, show the example of worshiping on the ecstatic platform, like Lord Chaitanya, like Nityananda. I got the same order of Nityananda and Advaita. Hey, Lord Nityananda, Gohari Das. If you don't act, think if this applies here. Gohari Das, Nityananda, if you don't act a little more wild, is Gohari acting a little more wild in this world? How are we going to accomplish our mission of delivering ecstatic devotion to others? You see, if you're a real servant of Nityananda, I got the order from Prabhupada. He says, my full approval, get this ecstatic devotional platform out there. It's time. It's time, man. Set fire to the world. Baptism by fire. You ready for that? Ready? He'd say his eyebrows are getting singed.
Fire enough here, that's for sure.
The tops of his celery is sizzling. So Shama Sundari says, is Freddie in bliss? You answer the question.
I'm pretty stoned now at this moment, so I have to focus on what I'm saying. So that is, Gaura Hari is my daily drug dealer. He's the best. But this drug has no side effects. You get so light in your head, and it makes you something buzzing in my in my head. So yeah, it's really special feeling. It's you cannot even compare it when you get influenced by alcohol. You also get kind of a light in your head, but this is more subtle in the head, and it gives you a happy feeling, and you become just spontaneous, natural. You don't have to prepare things here. You just come and you start to open your mouth, and you let actually Krishna do the work. Okay, Krishna, what you wanna say today? So let's see what happens. It's always an adventure with Krishna, and we also see it with you, with Lalita. You always speak from a spontaneous platform. And in religion, the people, they always prepare things. They prepare the lecture, they prepare reverse, they prepare the purpose, and then they elaborate or they speculate on it. But that's not the case here. So every word which is spoken here is coming as a medium from through that Krishna speaks to that devotee, and that's very inspiring, and it's very purifying for the speaker and for the listener. So that's what I experience every day. And of course, when you come in the stream, it's always an extra dimension, because then you come more closer to the guru and the devotees. Just like in the physical presence of the guru, it's more it's more intense, because you are closer to the energy. But of course, it works also on camera. There is actually no distance in transcendence. It's as soon as you turn on the camera, the sound vibration enters your ears, and it starts working on purifying you. But then the fire is maybe a little bit less than if you come into the stream or you are in the physical presence of the guru. Then it's more intense. But over the years, it becomes, as you get more hollowed out, you can practically handle any mood of the guru, whether he is funny or whether he is very heavy. It's juicy and funny all the way to see. Even if you chastise Johan, who was my friend for, for 25 years. So, well, Johan is Johan, and me is me, and everybody is responsible for what he is doing and saying in his spiritual life. And he just needs to get purified from certain things. It's a certain consciousness that needs to get out. And when Krishna decides, okay, let him have his putana time, and now we will suck his tit, and we will suck his poison completely out, so that he can turn into a real devotee. Well, that's up to Krishna. So and in the meanwhile, we are the spectators here, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. It's all purification for everybody. Of course, this is not like it's not like like a lot of Christians. They're on this level that oh, there's the devil, man. Ugh, this devil. That devil's going to go to hell forever and ever and ever. Hey, man, just because Johan came here, I don't care how insincere. He was here 6 years. The Lord ain't going to let him go. He's going to purify him. And as I said, that's just useful. I mean, if you got that consciousness, the Lord shows you. I mean, I understand in the past because the Lord shows it. He don't know. He's under it right now. When you're under something, you can't see it. That's just how it is, right? You're under it. See, we're on top of it. See, we see it on top. It's like Brahman. People that are involved in Brahman realization, right? They see Brahman everywhere, and everything else is illusion. Emotions are illusion, everything. But they can't see what's on top of the Brahman. On top is Super Soul, and then say Bhagavan realization. That's on the top. See, so they can't see that. But the devotees can see what is the nature of Brahman and their qualities and all that, but they can't see the nature of Bhagavan realization. It's the same thing being caught in a putana obstacle. That's close. You see, it's close to Krishna. He's coming close, right? He's there. He's still, and the same thing with the Vaishnava. Why do you think the Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta preached and got people to bring them closer? See, bring them closer, and Vaidhi is a little more closer. See, and then they get closer to this. They may not be able to enter, like they're still under Vaidhi, but there might be some in the group that want to, they're like, is there anything more? Okay, they hear this preaching, and then they'll think, wow, here, this is what I've been looking for, and they'll come one by one. Not in masses. How could the masses there? Most of the masses are bewildered by the Lord's Maya in Vaidhi with the hypocrites preaching. See? So it's amazing. I mean, we got a very high spot in perspective here. That's why if you want such a perspective, this is the only place on the planet I've seen such a perspective preached. Here you see the perspective of Raghunuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotion. You see that perspective. You see devotees that have that perspective embodied in their body. Where do you see that? That means that the highest perspective on Krishna consciousness is here. In the Raimraj group, they said, oh yeah, we have it. It's like this and speculation and all that. But it wasn't embodied. It wasn't allowed to embody that. But see, like Lord Chaitanya said, Nityananda, I give you the order, Advaita, you manifest pure devotional service in this world. See, externally, you manifest it so that we can accomplish the mission of distributing it. Well, Gauri Das, I have the feeling, is the only one that got that order. Same order. Through that way with Prabhupada coming, says, my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that. And then Krishna coming to my second disciple, giving her full-blown darshan. That is pretty rare. And she was just a nice little Christian gal who just had faith in Guru. And then she said, Gauri, I was sitting where we were chanting japa. She was bilocated, man. And in Vrindavan, never explained anything. She was only there a couple of weeks. God, who's this beautiful bird? Wow. He's sitting in this tree, man, beautiful flowers everywhere. And boy, his voice is as deep as so deep, and it's resounding everywhere. Wow. And what is he saying? He's saying, because of your guru, playful Krishna, because of your guru, you get my darshan. And now I'm seeing that over and over again. People develop faith in this preaching, man. That's why I stick around long enough. Look at a guy like a dry guy like Freddie. He's getting wet, man. This is wet's his whistle. He is testified. We had to, the guy's pretty grave. We had to pull it out like Shama Sundari had to say, what the fuck is in there, man? Let's hear it, and so it came out, It's actually bliss. So they all like your narration. Juice of Freddie. Finally there. Yeah. True spontaneity. That's very nice. Okay. We've been here, 3 hours and 30 minutes. That's probably, let's take a little break. What do you think, Freddie? The time? Take a little break. Kind of, what do you call it? Kind of integrate now. Time to integrate. And we'll be ready for a little bit more later. The star of the show will be coming on. What's her name? Lalita Ganga, and she'll come on and give her performance a little later on in the day. Hopefully, her health gets better. She's kind of not feeling so good, but she's stalwart. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Freddie, for coming.